Hello everyone, welcome to Chelsea Sport Focus. But before we dive in, make sure to subscribe so you never miss a moment of breaking news. Let's get started.
Chelsea's long-running interest in Victor Osimhen has resurfaced in dramatic fashion, but this time with an uncomfortable warning attached. While the Blues were once considered front-runners for the Nigerian striker, former players and pundits now believe the door is wide open for a shock move to a direct Premier League rival if one clear condition is met. That possibility has left many at Stamford Bridge reflecting on what might have been and what still could be lost. Osimhen's career trajectory over the last few seasons has been defined by elite output and constant speculation. After leading Napoli to a historic Serie A title and establishing himself as one of Europe's most feared forwards, his relationship with Antonio Conte deteriorated and an exit became inevitable. Chelsea tracked him closely during that period and came close to securing his signature in the summer of 2024, viewing him as the proven, explosive number 9 the club had lacked since the Diego Costa era. However, negotiations collapsed amid concerns over cost, structure, and long-term planning, allowing the opportunity to slip away. Instead, Osimhen completed a £65 million move to Galatasaray, a transfer that initially surprised many, but has since looked inspired from a sporting perspective. The 27-year-old has been in devastating form in Turkey, scoring an astonishing 47 goals in 41 appearances. His physical dominance, relentless pressing, and ruthless finishing have reinforced his reputation as a striker who thrives on responsibility and pressure. Performances like these have inevitably reignited interest from Europe's biggest clubs, including those Chelsea hope to keep at arm's length. Former Manchester United defender Rio Ferdinand has now added fuel to the fire by suggesting Osimhen would not hesitate to join the Red Devils if they made a serious move. According to Ferdinand, the pull of United's history and stature would be enough to convince the striker immediately. That view was echoed by former Sunderland forward Asamoah Gyan, who expressed surprise that more elite clubs failed to act decisively for Osimhen earlier and hinted that United could yet correct that mistake. For Chelsea, those comments land uncomfortably. The club spent years searching for a reliable goal scorer and finally opted for a different path last summer, bringing in Liam Delap as part of a broader strategy focused on youth and development. While Delap has shown promise, he is still adapting to the demands of leading the line for a club with Chelsea's expectations. Osimhen, by contrast, represents immediate impact, a striker accustomed to big nights, big games, and decisive moments. Former Chelsea midfielder John Obi Mikel has been particularly vocal about his disappointment that his compatriot never made it to Stamford Bridge. He has openly stated that Osimhen was the player fans wanted and needed, someone capable of transforming Chelsea's attack overnight. In his view, the club's decision to go in a different direction was understandable from a planning perspective, but risky from a competitive one, especially given the pressures of the Premier League and European football. The warning now is simple but stark. If Manchester United formally enter the race and make Osimhen their priority, there is a widespread belief he would accept without hesitation. United, Chelsea and Arsenal all strengthened their forward lines last summer, yet all have struggled for consistency this season. That context only increases the appeal of a proven scorer like Osimhen, particularly for a United side desperate to reassert itself domestically and in Europe. Chelsea's predicament is compounded by timing. Osimhen is no longer an emerging talent or a calculated gamble. He is an established elite striker in his prime, and any future move will likely come at an even higher cost, both financially and competitively. Watching him thrive elsewhere, especially at a rival club, would underline the consequences of hesitation and strategic caution. There is also an emotional element that cannot be ignored. Osimhen has previously spoken about his admiration for Chelsea growing up, a detail that made the missed opportunity feel even more painful for supporters. The idea that he could instead wear the red of Manchester United, scoring goals against Chelsea in decisive fixtures, represents a nightmare scenario for many at Stamford Bridge. Ultimately, this situation serves as a broader reflection on Chelsea's recent transfer policy. The club has prioritised long-term sustainability and squad building, sometimes at the expense of short-term certainty. Osimhen embodies the opposite profile: expensive, experienced, and ready-made. As voices like Ferdinand's grow louder, Chelsea are being reminded that elite players do not wait forever. If United make their move and meet Osimhen's expectations, Chelsea may be left watching from the sidelines once again, wondering how a player who once felt D. Chelsea's pursuit of Rennes defender Jeremy Jacquet has moved into a decisive and revealing phase, with Rennes head coach Habib Beye finally addressing the growing speculation surrounding the France under-21 international's future. As the January transfer window enters its closing stretch, the situation has become a test of resolve, valuation and ambition, not just for Chelsea, but also for Rennes, who are determined not to be pushed into a deal they do not fully control. Chelsea's interest in signing a central defender this month has intensified following an internal reassessment of the squad under Losenior. Rather than postponing defensive reinforcements until the summer, the Chelsea hierarchy has accelerated plans to bring in a high-level centre-back before the window shuts. Losenior believes the lack of a dominant ball-playing defender has limited Chelsea's ability to control matches, particularly against organised opposition, and he has pushed for immediate action. Within that context, a three-man shortlist has been drawn up, consisting of Jeremy Jacquet, Bournemouth's Marcos Senesi, and Real Madrid youngster Jacobo Romano. Among those names, Jacquet has emerged as the priority target. Chelsea have already made significant progress behind the scenes, reportedly reaching an agreement with the player on personal terms and outlining a long-term role for him at Stamford Bridge. The major obstacle remains Rennes' valuation, which has proven difficult for Chelsea to accept. Rennes are believed to be holding out for a fee in the region of £60 million, a figure that has sparked debate among Chelsea supporters and pundits alike. Jacquet, while highly rated, has made just 29 senior appearances for Rennes and is yet to earn a full international cap for France. From Chelsea's perspective, the price reflects not only the player's potential, but also the so-called Chelsea tax that clubs often apply when negotiating with the London side. While Chelsea accept that elite young defenders command a premium in the modern market, there is internal resistance to paying what is seen as an inflated fee for a relatively inexperienced player. Habib Beye's comments following Rennes' recent draw against Le Havre offered the clearest insight yet into the club's stance. Speaking candidly, the former Newcastle United defender made it clear that Jacquet is central to Rennes' current ambitions. He described the young centre-back as one of the best players in his squad and admitted that losing him would force Rennes to reassess and likely lower their objectives for the remainder of the season. At the same time, Beye acknowledged the realities of modern football, conceding that there are factors beyond his control and that developments could occur quickly in the coming days. Beye's remarks underline the tension at the heart of this potential transfer. Rennes want to